Welcome to Crypto Plus, where we bring you the latest information on cryptos, blockchains, definance, and futuristic investment vehicles. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of September 2021. And firstly, we wish to apologise for the shortage of videos on this channel in recent weeks. We have been somewhat otherwise engaged, but also we hoped to have published more of Nicki's updates with her portfolio. But the truth is, she became rather disenchanted with how few views she was getting, and felt, perhaps rightly, who knows, that maybe our viewers are not that interested in her portfolio, and also felt it was not worth her time and effort, frankly, if so few people were showing an interest. What I can say, however, is thank you, Nicki, for showing us your portfolio and sharing with us something that a lot of people perhaps wouldn't. And what we can say is that her portfolio is now close to making over $9,000 in gains on a $20,000 investment in just 4 or 5 months. So far, a 45% return. We wish her well for the future and thank her for sharing with us her venture. Now today, El Salvador formally recognizes Bitcoin as legal tender. And let's just take a quick look at a few articles on what is happening and what this could mean for the future of Bitcoin's price. Well, first of all, let's just see what happens when we put into Google search El Salvador and Bitcoin. And we can see top stories. BBC, fear and excitement in El Salvador as Bitcoin becomes legal tender. Financial Times, El Salvador becomes a crypto laboratory with Bitcoin gamble. That was yesterday. And today, El Salvador's dangerous gamble on Bitcoin. Then we have other headlines. Reuters, El Salvador leads world in adopting Bitcoin as official currency. Bitcoin price jumps as El Salvador prepares to adopt, according to CNN, and in fact it did. It jumped nearly $2,000. However, this morning it's fallen back $1,300 so far. Sky, Bitcoin protests and confusion in El Salvador. So there's a mixture of headlines, but a lot of it, quite frankly, a little on the negative side. If we take a quick look at Reuters, El Salvador leads world in adopting Bitcoin as official currency. El Salvador on Tuesday became the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. A real-world experiment proponents say will lower commission costs for billions of dollars sent from abroad, but which critics warned may fuel money laundering. Now we have to say the fact that all Bitcoin transactions are visible on a blockchain, you might not know who the blockchain owner is, but it's perfectly traceable, does lead one to wonder why they keep talking about money laundering when most money is laundered in cash. The change means businesses should accept payment in Bitcoin alongside the US dollar, which has been El Salvador's official currency since 2001 and will remain legal tender. President Nayib Bukele, who has pushed for adopting the cryptocurrency, says it will help Salvadorans save about $400 million the government calculates is spent annually on commissions for remittances. The 40-year-old president is popular with the public, but has been accused of eroding democracy, including by the US Biden administration. Doubters say Bitcoin could increase regulatory and financial risks for the Central American nation, and polls show that Salvadorans are wary of the volatility of the cryptocurrency, which can shed hundreds of dollars in value in a day. Well, in fact, it's done $1,300 in the last 3 hours. But equally, can rise that quickly too. To warm up a skeptical public, Bukele has promised every citizen $30 in Bitcoin if they sign up for a government digital wallet. Ahead of the launch, El Salvador bought 400 bitcoins, Bukele said, helping drive the currency price above 52,000 for the first time since May. In the early hours of Tuesday, the wallet has not appeared on Apple Inc., Google and Huawei's app download platforms, however prompting a series of tweets from Bukele, including one with a red-faced angry emoticon. "Release him at Apple, Google, Huawei," Bukele said. The wallet was later available from Huawei. "It's going to be beneficial. We have family in the United States and they can send money at no cost, whereas banks charge," said Reina Isabel Aguila, a store owner in El Zonte Beach, some 49 kilometers southwest of capital San Salvador. In the run-up to the launch, the government has installed ATMs that will allow Bitcoin to be converted into dollars and withdrawn without commission from the digital wallet called Chivo. Like all innovations, El Salvador's Bitcoin process has a learning curve. Every road to the future is like this, and not everything will be achieved in a day or in a month, he said on Twitter. That's Bukele. So there we have it. This is attracting a lot of criticism. Is that because perhaps the US dollar is in jeopardy? Who knows? We can but assume. 2 hours ago, BBC, fear and excitement in El Salvador as Bitcoin becomes legal tender. El Salvador has become the first country to accept Bitcoin as legal tender in a move that has got the nation and the world debating the opportunities and dangers of cryptocurrency. From today, businesses will be obliged where possible to accept the controversial digital coins as payment. Millions of people are expected to download the government's new digital wallet app, which gives away $30 or £22 in Bitcoin to every citizen. Bitcoin fans around the world have been buying $30 worth of the digital coins as a show of support and to help boost the value of the volatile currency, though it has crashed $1,300, which is a little surprising. Salvadorian taxi driver Daniel Hercules, who's 26, is excited by the move, but also worried about how stable his earnings will be. "I've accepted Bitcoin for about 2 months since I knew this was coming. I just had someone pay me $40 in Bitcoin for a fare to the airport, but it's rare. Only around 10% of customers prefer to pay with Bitcoin." Daniel says the cost of converting Bitcoin into the local currency, the US dollar, is high at 10%, so he's using the money like a savings account, and this is what the banks are worried about. He hopes to grow his wallet to around $1,000 in Bitcoin, but is scared about the currency crashing. "It's one of the things that worries me the most. Losing money from long days of work would not be okay." And of course, we can understand that. We can see Bitcoin in a matter of, since September 2020, it was about $10,000. Then it rose to 63,000 in April, then falling to 30,000 in July, and is now currently 51,000. So we get it. However, those who believe in Bitcoin are claiming it's going to go to at least $100,000 this year, some saying 150,000, and there are predictions even by major institutions stating that we could see $1 million Bitcoin within 5 years. Whether this comes about remains to be seen. So the volatility is a concern, but the more Bitcoin becomes accepted and is used on a regular basis, the less we will see such rapid movements in price up and down. But that will take some time. There is no doubt about that. A survey by Central American University found that only 4.8% of the 1,281 people who took part understood what Bitcoin was and how it was used. More than 68% of those questioned said they disagreed with using cryptocurrency as a legal tender. Older people will. Younger people, we suspect, will have very little worry about it. More than 200 new cash machines are being installed across the country to enable dollars to be converted into Bitcoin. Many governments around the world, such as China, are going in the opposite direction and attempting to restrict the adoption of cryptocurrency with increased regulations. However, former El Salvadorian resident and now US-based Bitcoin enthusiast Gerson Martinez thinks El Salvador won't be the last country to adopt Bitcoin. "It's hard to describe the hope and joy it makes me feel that our country is the first domino to fall in this inevitable transition. What a time to be Salvadoran," he said. Well, what do you think? Let us know your thoughts on El Salvador taking up Bitcoin. We think it's quite exciting, but we can certainly see the threat to the supremacy of the US dollar and other currencies around the world, not just the dollar, which is why China, as we all know, looking for world supremacy, is trying to ban the cryptocurrency in their country, instead having a digital yuan. And the same will be with the dollar, and we suspect to some degree sterling and the euro. Is Bitcoin destined for a successful future? Will we see a $100,000 Bitcoin this year? Will we see a $1 million Bitcoin in 5 years? Only time will tell, but let us know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like this video, give us the thumbs up. If you haven't done so, subscribe. Press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos. And we promise our next video will be much sooner than the last